Hi, this is Joshua Factor from Business Brokers CRM. We're going to go over in this session the static marketing campaigns and the dynamic marketing campaigns. Let's start creating a static marketing campaign by choosing a few buyers from within our buyers module. Let's go ahead and check off a few of these buyers, and notice as I check off these buyers, a few buttons on the top open up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go straight to this button here, More. Look at and choose from this drop-down menu, New List from Selected. I'm going to go ahead and call this list New Listings. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Create. And the system will notify that 5 records were added to a new list called New Listings. Now, I can go to the Marketing tool and choose Buyer Lists. And when the Buyer Lists page open up, you'll notice that my buyer lists are all in the chart here, and the newest one that I created called New Listings is right over here. Notice it's a static listing assigned to myself, and there's 5 members or 5 buyers in that campaign. Let me click on the campaign itself to open it up, and you will see in this list called New Listings shows up all the 5 buyers that I checked off previously. I'm going to go ahead now and click on Email List, and the campaign setup page will show up. I'm going to set this up quickly, give it a title, give it a description. Just note that this could be created as an email, as it is now, a cold calling list, or an actual physical mailer. In this case, we're going to go ahead and create an email. Let me go ahead and choose a template, listings update, some new listings that we have built into the system, and the system is going to populate the main body of the page with the basic template that we've created previously. Now, I'm going to give it a subject, check out our new listings, and then we'll go ahead and scroll down and hit Create. And when I do so, the system will get ready for me to go ahead, either send a test email or launch it right away. If I go ahead and launch it right away, then this email will go out to all those individual buyers as directed by the CRM. Let's go ahead and click on the Launch Now button and see what happens. You will see that there's a message on top that says Campaign Launched. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the recipients of all of the emails. I will point out to you that the campaign will notify you when an email was opened by the buyer, when a link from within the email was clicked, if somebody unsubscribed or checked the Do Not Email mandatory link that you have to send to all of your clients, and of course, if it was sent as well. That's all there is to static campaigns. Static campaigns are meant specifically when you want to send a specific communication email, perhaps, to a specific group of individuals / buyers. There is another type of campaign that we call a dynamic campaign, which is a lot more versatile. And this is how it works. Let's go back to the Buyer Lists tool. And this time, we can click on either Create List or scroll down here to the bottom and click on New List. In this case, we're not going to be setting up a campaign email for an individual or a number of individuals in the system, but we're actually going to create a campaign based on a specific criteria or specific fields of data that are filled out in the contact record. So let's call this dynamic laundromat list. Okay, and let's go ahead and use the logical type of AND as opposed to the logical type of OR. And let's start populating our campaign with the specific fields that we want to be met, the conditions that need to be met. So let's go ahead and find, let's see, any buyer that meets the criteria of having a down payment of $150,000 to $300,000, and we'll go ahead and choose another category. Let's say they are interested in a business category of laundromats, and and are a registered buyer and are located in the county of Rockland and the state of New York. Okay, so now we're going to be sending an email to anybody in our database that meets the following criteria. Step 1, do they have enough money to pay for it? What industry are they interested in? And what status does the buyer have? And also their location. Now I can continue adding as many attributes or conditions as exist in our file. I'm going to get rid of this one right now. Click on Create. And when I click on Create, the system will now go ahead and create that particular list. Now, I will point out, when we saw before in the static list, that there was a list of buyers in the list. In this case, since this is a dynamic list, you're not going to see any buyers, and you will never see any buyers until the campaign is actually sent and the campaign is matched to the various different buyers that meet the criteria that we just set that exist in the database. Then, when we go ahead and click on the email list above, like we did previously in the static list, we have the same exact page. In this case, I can choose a template. Any one of these templates. Let's say I want to let them know that there's a link to an online registration form for them to log in and get their information about this particular laundromat. Well, I can use that template or any template that we wish.